Welcome, everyone. Here we are in chapter 2 of St. Matthew. During the break, we were discussing names and spellings and how before the printing press, there was no standard ways of spelling. You spell things as you heard them in your mind. All right? And not only that, but we're talking about Y and I and those things being interchangeable, but yet names still stay the same. You can tell that these are the same names. Okay? For instance, Hezekiah is spelled with an E there. All right? Manasseh is a different spelling, but it's still the same name. We have Jeremiah the prophet being spelled Jeremy here, which is the way it's spelled in the Old Testament Apocrypha out of the Greek. So the fact is that we are searching here at this time in 1611 for a standard way of spelling, and this is the invention of the printing press here. So here we go in chapter 2, and here we have some of this history and some of the spiritual world that's involved in this history, as it is throughout all time. The travels here of Joseph, and also the fact that this Herod, I don't know which Herod he is, the first, second, third, because there's a whole line of Herods that were trying to rule there. Even though they were all under the thumb of Rome, they considered themselves the king of Jerusalem and all this other stuff. They were pure occultists. We're going to have him pulling his eugenics and killing all the children. See? That never changes. That's throughout history. Okay, so here we are. Chapter 2. We're going to see lots of scriptures that were fulfillments of the Old Testament prophets. Okay? So on we go. Chapter 2, verse 1. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? Question mark. For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. Now notice he's going to appear east to west around the firmament of the earth when he gathers his sheep into the barn. And we've been going over that in prophecy. So here it is. His star is in the east here. 3, it says, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. 5, and it says, and they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea. For thus it is written by the prophet. And here we quote Micah, which we just studied. Okay? So here it is out of Micah. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Okay, so we just studied that. 7, it says, then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. 8, and he sent them to Bethlehem, and said, go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. Yeah, right. He wanted to destroy Jesus. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. Okay, so they were guided by this star. 10, it says, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. Okay, and then we go to another new paragraph in 11. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, and frankincense, and myrrh. 12, and being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. 13, and when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. You know, I just can't count the amount of people that were leaders that tried to do this. This is a type of eugenics, and here they are destroying children. Listen to this. 14. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the word of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt have I called my son. How about that prophecy? 16, new paragraph. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, that's angry, and sent forth, and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time when he had diligently inquired of the wise men. How about that? For murder. 17. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying. Okay, now listen, there's again another spelling there. This is the way Jeremiah is spelled in the Old Testament Apocrypha, only it's spelled with a Y, but here you see the different spelling. That doesn't mean it's a different name, okay? Anyway, back into the scriptures. This is Jeremiah's prophecy here. In Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. Okay, we all remember Rachel in the bloodlines there, and what a good lady she was, an athletic lady that was there in the bloodlines, and so this is a reference back to her, and these are her children here, generations down the road. 19, new paragraph. But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt. 20, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life. Folks, is that not pathetic? It's no different than what we're doing to children today. It's no different than abortion. It just isn't. All these terrible people out there, these deceived, horrible people standing there begging to kill kids. Amazing. Amazing. And you will be judged for that, folks. Repent now while you can. Judgment day is coming. So they're getting the people doing that and demanding to kill children and this eugenics and there's too many people and all that garbage from Satan. They are totally brainwashed and they're getting full public media coverage like it's the norm. Okay? Okay, but anyway, 21, and he arose and took the young child and his mother and came into the land of Israel. 22. But when he heard that Archelaus did reign in Judah in the room of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither. Notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee. So you see how the bloodlines just keep going. And you're going to see another bout here with this Herod bloodline and a ghastly death or two here in these Gospels. Okay? But anyway, in 23, more on the history, it says, and he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophets, he shall be called a Nazarene. So you can just line these prophecies up. And where are they from, folks? They're out of the Old Testament. Again, the two things work together, Old Testament and New. And here it is, right here in front of us today. See you in chapter 3, folks.